Hey there, this is BugPowderDust. Thank you for joining me for a brand new prison. This is Alpha 31. This is Season 3, or Series 3, depending on which side of the Atlantic you're on, of Prison Architect. And as you can see in front of you, I've got laid out with my kind of cobbled together notes about what's what. So this is going to be the new prison. I started it on the very last episode of the previous prison, but you only just had the map, if you like. Now what I've done in between now and, or then and now even, is I've basically planned out what I want to go into the prison, and it's going to be a lot more ordered than the last one. So basically I'm planning all the rooms that I need in now. And when you actually sit down and plan it all out of this, you realise just how many rooms make up a sort of smoothly running prison, or not so smoothly running prison as the case may be. I will be expanding across the road. I'm going to put some of the functions across the road and actually maybe do another prison section over here as well, where prisoners don't need to cross the road for anything, so it'll be self-contained. But obviously I can't do that from the get-go because you need to unlock land expansion in the bureaucracy tab. So what are we looking at here? It looks a bit of a mess, but what I've done is I've actually put initials in some of the rooms where I could fit them. And it does kind of make sense to me, but I would appreciate any feedback from you guys if you think that I've done anything glaringly wrong, because I've never planned out prison completely like this from scratch before, but I want to do something a bit different this time. So what we've got here is, let's kind of go from this side. We've got the offices, so this is what the O stands for over here, and the parole offices over here. So this all makes kind of sense to have them all kind of next to each other, and also fairly close to the entrance for the lawyers to get to. The prisoners will get to it this side. So what we've got here also is basically the central corridor, which no prisoners will ever come in. They will not need to come into this area at all, because the items that we've got coming off this corridor, and not all the doors are in the right place, okay, so bear with me with this, is you've got the infirmary, which prisoners will get to from here. Let me just actually put that in, just to remind myself. You've got the kennels, KE, you've got the storeroom, and you've got another storeroom up here. Again, this is subject to change. Oops, just click that on. Got the reception area. So obviously the prisoners will come into here, but they'll be escorted, and then they'll be escorted to their cells. So they'll basically come out here. There's going to be a door here, and probably here as well. Or even a door out there, just take them straight out, so they're not actually in this corridor for any longer than they need to be. This side is the visitors, and the prisoners would approach from this side. Again, this is kind of just rough mapping at the moment, but what I intend to do is just put in entrance from the yard, so they'd come into here. They wouldn't have access to any of these rooms from this side necessarily. I actually might make this a corridor as well. You also got CC, which is the cleaning cupboard, but this would be the cleaning cupboard just for the staff. No prisoners would work here. There's another cleaning cupboard here, which prisoners would work out of. This is the armory. Now the armory, to be honest, doesn't ever need to be accessed by the prisoners. In fact, it shouldn't be. So what we've got is we've got double doors here and a door from here. So staff can get in and out easily from here, but they can also come out through here if they need to get to maybe down here to this part of the prison, which I'll explain momentarily. So it makes sense to have double doors there, and also going to have reinforced walls here as well. What have we got up here? So the north part of this central walkway, and the reason I've done it kind of one smooth walkway double wide is for not stores, but inbound goods, to make it quickly into the kitchen, to make it quickly into the storeroom as well, so there's no kind of mucking about with stuff piling up in delivery, and also for exports as well, so garbage and goods outwards as well. So we've got the workshop up here, we've got the laundry broken into two sections. I'll probably break the workshop into two sections as well, because I know there's a maximum amount of tiles you can have. So laundry, one will be max, one will be medium, potentially, or I might just leave it mixed. Classroom here. We've got the cleaning cupboard, which the prisoners will work from, the library and the chapel over here, so again, full access. Moving over, we've got the yard going around here. This yard should be more than big enough. That's going to be shared. There's not going to be any kind of demarcation between the different grades of prisoner. You've got a huge canteen here, and you've got the kitchen. What I plan to do, the canteen is probably overly large, but what I plan to do is just expand the kitchen by a couple of squares here and a couple of squares there as and when necessary, so the kitchen will grow maybe out to the front a little bit as well. So we will add more space into the kitchen as and when that's necessary. So that's the ethos behind this area, and I think it's subject to some tweaking. I think the visitation is potentially needs some looking at. It's one of the first things I put in, and I really don't want the prisoners to use this middle corridor, so they're going to have to come from this side. I didn't really want them in this bit either, but I think I can live with that for now. Anyway, we're going to have 3 grades of prison. Unlike the last prison, which is predominantly max and some medium, we're going to have medium up here. So up here we've got the medium cells, we've got some solitary, we've got a common room, we've got the security office, and also the staff room. And I think that's what that actually stands for. This is ST's staff room, not storeroom. That I did wonder to myself just now why I'd put 2 storerooms, but it's not. This is a staff room for the staff over here. Got a staff room up here as well. The reason I put one next to the security office is that there's very little gap between the prison officers here, leaving their remote desks, their CCTV stations, and going off to the staff room. They literally just have to go next door. Whether the AI will choose the nearest one remains to be seen. But that's the ethos there. So we've got some rooms, as I said. We've got a common room there. Down here is the maximum sec wing. It's the biggest one. So we're going to again go with maximum security as being the most populous class of prisoner. So we've got more of them. We've got solitary. We've got common room again. And again, they're going to have access into the yard directly. I've not put the doors in, but that's where they're going to be. We've got another security office down here, and again another staff room. I think it's fairly important to have the security officers hanging out in these areas very close to where the action is going to be. And the minimum sec, so we didn't have minimum sec last time, but we are going to this time. I think it's quite important to have a nice mix of prisoners, just for the sake of it really. So min sec are going to be down here, and again the same, pretty much the same layout mirrored up here as to down here, common room, solitary. The showers are going to be along the walls in all of these places. I did that in my last prison and that worked pretty well. I don't want them all congregating together in one place in the morning, that causes problems. So they're going to be along the walls. Now over here I've decided to plan ahead this time. So this is going to be where the protective custody people are. So there's space for what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 9 cells, slightly bigger than before. Slightly bigger than normal. Normally you go for 3 by 2. These cells are going to be slightly bigger. Protected custody are more or less locked down, but they're going to have a phone. They're probably going to have a TV in their cells as well. A few solitaries for where they need it. They've got a yard, kitchen, canteen. Now, the interesting thing here is that next door we're going to have sharing the yard and sharing the. No, actually, sorry, I'd change that. Next door is going to be the Supermax prisoners, so the legendary prisoners. I don't anticipate getting many, so I've only got 2 cells. Big cells, so they've got pretty much all the stuff in here. They need to put in weights bench, TV, whatever. Their canteen is there. The kitchen here will serve both canteens. Got their own yard. Showers are going to be here. Common room's going to be here, and they're going to be self-contained. So this is where the legendary prisoners are going to be. So we're pretty much fully prepared. We have expansion room in this area here, should we need to expand out. So that is pretty much it in terms of planning. As I said, any feedback from you guys would be appreciated if you think I've missed anything. And if I can accommodate it, I'll certainly try. But on that basis, I'm going to get going. You'll notice that I don't have a holding cell. Frankly, I'm going to build up all the important stuff that I can before allowing prisoners to arrive. So holding cell is surplus to requirements. I will grab the grant, however. What I'm going to do is, when everything's up and running, I'm just going to bang in a quick holding cell here just to get the grant achieved very quickly. So let's crack on with it. So the first thing we need to do then is really start with the kind of perimeter, and this is where the hard work begins. So I'm going to stick in some walls down. Whoops, that's the wrong one. So let's go with. Now, last time I used concrete walls. What I might do is actually put in perimeter wall this time to make it look a bit more kind of imposing. I think that might not be a bad idea actually. So let's go with perimeter wall. I think that might be quite cool. It's going to make me run out of money quite quickly, but I do. Oh, what does that mean? I've never used that before. That's not going to take up all 3 squares with wall though, is it? Or is it? Let's have a look, see how it goes. Let's just speed that up. I'm a bit concerned that it's going to use all 3 squares. I don't think it will, personally. So let's see what happens. I've never used perimeter walls before. Never had the cash. No, so it just changes the surroundings basically. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that's fine. Happy with that. So let's definitely going to put perimeter wall down for the armory. Well, no, because they don't tend to bash through that anyway, do they? So that's fine. Let's put perimeter wall down there. I don't know how perimeter wall goes with blending it with actual foundations, because when foundations go down, you've only got brick and concrete, there's no perimeter, so maybe that's not going to work so well. But we can see how that turns out. Maybe it's just going to look a mess right from right from the word go. Okay. Anyway, so I'm going to go with brick rather than concrete. Cause the old building was the old prison was concrete. It really doesn't make any difference. So I think I'm going to go with the brick prison this time. So let's create the armory and stick in the door. Right, and while they're doing that, we're also going to create foundations for this office block here. Now we're going to get some doors in, so let's say staff doors. Apart from the bottom one, that's going to be the psychologist's office, which is going to be obviously needed to be accessed by the prisoners for one of the programs. Let's put a normal door in there, and let's speed things up. These perimeter walls actually take quite a bit of time to create, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. That's all going ahead nicely. We're also going to do the same with the parole rooms as well. And again, we're going to put in staff doors on this side. We're going to put in normal doors on the other side, which is where the prisoners will access the parole officers from. So let's put that in as well. Right. Well, we finish these quickly, don't we? Damn. Let me just catch my breath here. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to put in... Now obviously we need to get in water and electricity. So while I'm thinking about that, let me just put in these brick walls to partition up the different offices. And these offices as well. Like so. Okay, now, next thing I want to do is get in road gates. Before we forget, because I'm bound to forget. One there, one here as well. And we're going to get in a perimeter wall along here as well. Oh, it won't let me do it on the edge, because they take a couple of squares, don't they? A couple of squares each, but that's okay. Do you know what? Let me think about this. If I'm going to expand across the road, yeah, I'll tell you what, let's just go with it for now. So let's get a perimeter wall down here. Down to the bottom. And so across there. So. Cool. Right, so now that's in place. What we need to then do is power and water. So I intend to put power up here. Let's get a power station. Plenty of space. Power station there, and also a water station as well. Like that. Now what I'm going to do with the workshop, I'm going to install a power station just for the workshop, and then it'll all be separate, because we had problems with that last time. I'll try and keep the power working a little bit more cleverly this time. Right, so there we go with that. Let's switch planning back on. And let's get on these foundations. So, that's one cleaning cupboard. Let's get reception up. Let's get visitation up as well. Doors. Right, so visitation, we're going to have... let's put in staff there. Reception, staff, visitation. We're going to have normal doors, just so the visitors can come in very easily. We need to get a big door, objects, we need to get a large rail door on there. I intend to put in some kind of airlock in here as well. So let's just de-zone that from garbage and that from deliveries. And make that more perimeter wall. So I don't want some prisoner making a dash for it. I mean, I appreciate that they have to get past the road gates, but still it's a hassle that you don't necessarily need. So let's just speed that up. Staff doors are in, visitation doors are in, CC is in as well. So there we go. Probably going to employ more workmen just to crack things on here. Right, so this is going to be the offices. Let's just set those up. Where are we? Offices. There we go. There we go. Now, first thing we need to do is get a warden up. So we want the warden to go far away, doesn't really matter. We'll be up here. Doesn't count as an office yet because it hasn't been plumbed into electricity, so that's fine. Let's get rid of that there. Right, so the perimeter wall's pretty much done. Takes a long time, as you can see. Just need to get power up, which hopefully should happen fairly soon. They can do these foundations first, I guess, as a priority. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Great. Now, in order for the visitation to be a visitation room, it needs... oops, let's choose that. Okay, what have I done wrong there? Oh no, that's not objects, is it? Visitors table, of course. VISI, visitor table. I guess the biggest problem for me is that I've not made that big enough, but we can always expand that out, put another visitor's room down here, because that really isn't going to be big enough, is it? That's fine. Right, reception. These guys hanging about, they need something else to do, don't they? They do build very quickly. Okay, so let's get them building other stuff. We're going to get to build the workshop and then the laundries, so let's get some foundations down for that. Workshop in, laundry in, objects, doors. I don't want a door for this, just put it on the bottom for now, and then put it on there. We can always move it later on. Okay. Another thing we can do as well, let's go to utilities and run electrical cable. No, that's going to be wasteful. Let me just run it from to there. Okay. Right. Where were we? We were doing reception, that's right, so rooms, reception. Just mark that one out. Okay, so that's reception. It just needs office desk, table and chair. Office desk. And a chair. As a prisoner is going to be processed, so that's cool. Visitation, that's not been designated as a room. So let's do that now. There we go. Armory can be designated later. Right, also the other thing is we need to set up the water and run some pipes. Now, where's the water needed? It's going to be over here, isn't it? Yep, right. So it needs storage up as well. It'd be handier for them to have the kit actually in here rather than outside. So let's set that up as well. Rooms, objects, staff door, storeroom. Good, that's that. And while we're here, let's bang on a bunch of capacitors. It's quite nice having 1.2 million to start off with. You can just get on with these things without worrying too much about it. Let's just stick that up because it acts as a handy kind of crossy off bit there. So the warden still hasn't got his... Oh, of course. You can't just have bare offices, can you? Complete mind freeze there. Let's go to utilities. Not utilities, objects, sorry. And go to office desk. I need a chair. I need a file cabinet. So let's just do that for these offices. Save me doing it later. Chair. BugPowderDust disk. Okay, so Warden's up, electricity's up. So let's go to bureaucracy. What are we going to unlock? We need to unlock. Yeah, let's unlock finance, security, micromanage. In fact, we need all of these guys unlocked. Sure, why not? Warden's going to be busy for the next while. Okay, what have we got? So storage, and is that kennels? Right. So let's get that up and running. So let's get the storage. Which I'm not seeing storage. There we go. Storage is up. Kennels. We don't have dogs yet, and we do have staff room. Staff room. We don't have staff room. Do I have to unlock that? No, there it is. 4x4. Yes, it is. Let's put that. Let's put in brick wall just to demarcate that, and objects. Stick a staff door in there. So no, that's going to be kennel. So just add that back in. Oops. Right. Okay, so lots of places need electricity right now. Let's run that to there, run that to there, run that to there. I'm going to try and keep this away from the workshop as much as possible, because that's going to be its own dedicated power station. Let's run that along there as well for now. Okay. Good. So what I'd like to do is try and make this jail as pretty as possible. Ideally. So we're going to have, you know, some lights up and down here. I should space these properly, shouldn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's right by the door. Yeah, that's not going to work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then, there you go. Prettification. Right, so we're coming on great guns with these buildings. So let's, so as soon as they're finished already, let's build these next set, which is cleaning cupboard, library, and chapel. Let's get in doors. So we just need normal doors here. Don't need to keep them locked out. There we go. And so let's get the classroom up as well. One door there. I just need one door, seeing as that's being a particularly big deal. And it's looking good. Right, let's get the dividing wall running for the laundry. I'm going to try and get rid of these labels where possible, but I can't designate some of these things yet. So these are going to be the parole rooms. Okay, it's not letting me click and drag. Let's go on there. Rooms. Parole. There we go. So parole just needs a visitor token. Okay. There we go. So that's parole, so they've all got doors. Now we can get rid of the planning blob as well. Okay. Now did I hear that one of these has been done? Yeah, so maintenance guy's done. So let's get Mr. Foreman. Foreman's up. Right. Okay. Now, what else we got going on? So electricity cables are not not connected. No. You can't do it. Okay. Because it's a reinforced wall. Alright. Laundry. God, these guys don't mess about, do they? Let me just slow that down so we're not wasting too much time. Brick walls. So let's put in these dividing walls. So that's the cleaning cupboard. Are we cleaning cupboards? Needs unlocking. Library probably needs unlocking as well. No, library's there. Excellent. And chapel. I'm not making very big libraries or chapels because I don't think they're that heavily used. Library shelf and librarian's desk. Zoom in. Library shelf. And librarian's desk, which can go there. And chapel needs an altar. And some prayer mats. So let's just do that for now. And get rid of that stuff, which is just getting in the way. And also that as well. Okay, good, there we go. Right. Okay, well this is coming along very nicely so far. Starts to be the stuff in storage is good. I think, to be honest, we can probably go with doors in the top here, otherwise it's going to be walking around, which is not necessary. We also need staff doors there as well, and we need a brick wall just to control the access going through here. So again, it keeps this corridor completely free of any prisoners unless they're coming to reception and they're being got rid of. So what I intend to do also, as I mentioned earlier, is stick a door up here so I can take them out that way. Okay, good. That's looking cool. Now the other thing I need to do is stick concrete tiles down here. That's going to be the main kind of flow of people going along there. That's going to be quite important. Okay, so classroom. Is classroom one of the ones we can do already? No, we need to unlock education now. We unlocked anything else just now? It's all in progress. Okay. Right, so we can't do that yet. So what we can do next is build the infirmary. Brick. So let's go with that there. Objects. There's going to be a staff door there and a normal door there. And I'm going to brick that up there. Run that along. So, okay. Now, electricity. Let's expand this out. Again, be mindful of trying to avoid. So the laundry. Maybe this power. Yeah, so the workstation, the power station here, sorry, where I'm going to put it here, is going to power these three here, so I'm going to leave that for now. In the meantime, I'm going to run a cable probably down here, also down here as well. That should be enough to power this for now. I think I heard a little bell ringing, which means we've now got security as well. Excellent. So let's hire a security chief. He's going to go in there. Welcome. These mats look slightly off centre, don't they? But that's alright. Oh, we need pews as well. Forgot about that. Objects. Pews. Ah, yeah. That's tricky. All denominations. Alright, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let's get rid of these prayer mats. Dismantle, dismantle, dismantle. So they've got a little bit of everything. Objects, pews. We have pews in here. There we go. Alright, cool. Well, it's all taking shape, almost out of time, but we've got this pretty much as we wanted it, looking good. We're going to start work on the cells in the yard and the canteen probably tomorrow. There's still a lot of stuff that I can't unlock yet, but that's okay for now. So what I'm going to do before we go is put, no, not taking any prisoners in just for now. That would be rather bad. We're going to put some concrete tiles in here. Just tile this right up, and also down here. Can make it just easy to get around, nice and quick. A bit like a concrete jungle, but can't do much about that at the moment. Yeah, so that's not too bad for the first episode. We got some direction, I think, which is the main thing. Some direction and some clarity as to what we're going to do. We're going to get the slow that down. We're going to get the cell blocks up and running as of next episode. And as I said, any comments will be useful. I've probably done something wrong. I know visitation is not going to be great, but what I'll probably do is actually, in fact I'm going to do that now, because why not. What I'm going to do, I'm going to stick in foundations in here. Now if I do that, no, that's the wrong thing, I need to join them up, don't I? Foundations brick, so I'll do that. That will join up, effectively make it one room. It needs a door, okay, I get that. And then what I'll do is I'll build another foundation, say over here, for another cleaning cupboard. 4x5, yeah, that's fine. And that needs a door as well, so let's just stick in a normal door. In fact, just stick in a couple. So they can come down for the cleaning supplies and come in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to put in that to remind me what it was I'm doing. So that is going to be a bigger visitation room now, and that should be enough. I'll be able to get 6 tables in there, and that will be enough, I think, just to start me off and get me up to a mid-size prison. I think I only had 6 in the last one, and I had about 300 prisoners or so. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that was enjoyable. Please leave a like or a comment. As I said, any feedback would be appreciated, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.